Time now for sports. I'm Garcia Jr. March Madness is in full swing and Central New York is well represented. So let's start right from the top, where number 1 seed Syracuse matches up with Gonzaga, the Gonzaga Bulldogs. They say every dog has its day, but what about a number 8 seed underachieving underdog? Coach Boeheim making sure Cuse doesn't underestimate the Zags because winner heads to the Sweet 16. There's another Boeheim getting Syracuse ready, and Wes Johnson was ready to go. Maybe he knew that there was a bunch of NBA scouts there in Buffalo to see him do it. A couple of threes and some dunkage. Wes Johnson had Syracuse within one early, dogfight early with the Zags. Then Scoop Jardine joins the Syracuse 3 party from the corner. And the fans who traveled to Buffalo got what they paid for. Brandon Trish also joining the 3 party. And when the shots start falling like that, it's going to be a Syracuse kind of day. Brandon Trish off another pass from Deshaunte Riley. A little Trish dish action there. Second half, more of the same. Andy Routens from the 3, top of the key. Now from the wing, he lets it fly. And let's go to the corner just for good measure. Routens had 5 threes on the day on his way to 24 points. Let's not forget about Wes Johnson. He had a career day, 31 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 threes himself, as Syracuse goes on to knock off Gonzaga 87-65 on their way to the Sweet 16. And Chris Joseph knows exactly why.
We did make a statement. I don't know if that's a statement we made. I know there's still a lot of, it's anyone's for the taking. You don't want to get too overconfident at this point, but, I think we did a great job tonight. And, going forward in the tournament, I think teams should be, be aware that we're a pretty good team.
There's another pretty good team in Central New York, and it's Cornell. The Ivy League champs won their first tournament game ever last week, upsetting Temple. Coach Steve Donahue says they need extra practice to stay loose, but the NCAA says you can't always use basketballs in the allotted time. So what does Cornell do? They use paper instead. Maybe it was a cheat sheet on the paper to show them how a little bit of a tactics on how to upset number 4 seed Wisconsin. There's the cheat sheet there, and also kind of like cheating. Ryan Whitman shooting it from this deep with the shot clock going down doesn't matter. Whitman had Cornell up 7 early, then Whitman again from the wing to put Cornell up 17 in the second half early. Then Lewis Dale took over, pick and roll to Jeff Foote for the alley-oop there. And then Dale says on the pick and roll, I'll just keep it myself this time, and the one. 3-point play for Dale, and Cornell goes up and goes on to beat Wisconsin 87-69, also on their way to the Sweet 16. And Donahue says the tournament allows us to sneak up on certain teams.
I was pretty confident that they hadn't seen a team like us in their league play. And the beauty of this tournament is that after you get out of your league play, no one knows you as well. So you're able to do what you really do well, and the other team has to make adjustments, and it's difficult.
The madness carried over into the high school ranks as well. Basketball power Jamesville DeWitt is in line for their 3rd Section 3 Class A title in a row. Leading the Red Rams is super sophomore DeJuan Coleman, who will be attending the University of, well, wherever he wants. Coach Bob McKinney always sports his red suspenders, and he also eyes his 3rd title at JD. Start off where the Newark High School scouting report did with DeJuan Coleman, inside for the easy flush. He also showed off a little more inside touch, going off the right hand for the little hook shot, and then the more conventional layup there. JD had this one the whole way, and senior leadership also played into, with Lamar Kearse driving in, and JD goes on to win the state title 59-45, and the celebration continued for JD all the way through.
Congrats to Jamesville DeWitt. The Red Rams are the state champs again, 59-45.
SU men's lacrosse also had the chance to bring home some hardware when they met up with Hobart. The teams play for the Krause-Simmons Trophy every year, but it should be renamed the Orange Mid-Season Trophy because they brought it home to Cuse 23 of the last 25 years. But this time, it might come harder than you'd think. Hobart coach T.W. Johnson getting his boys ready, and they came to play. Kevin Curtin on the goal to put Hobart up 5-2 at the half. They were able to grab the lead because Max Silberlicht was grabbing everything in sight with his 23 saves, but Cuse would come back and rally. And this one was led by Chris Danielos, getting the goal to put Cuse up 1 after he scored back-to-back goals. Cuse up 8-7. But Hobart would not go away at home. The Division III Hobart Statesmen fighting back, and it would be Chris Peterson to put the game into overtime, ties it up with just over a minute left. And in the overtime, it would be more of the same story until Stephen Keogh ends the game with less than a minute left, and Syracuse goes on to win 9-8 on the road. And that's all for sports today. I'm John Garcia Jr. When NCC News returns, we'll have the latest on Central New York weather. Stay with us.